Thanks so much for downloading the episode. On the show today, we talk about Paula's world. Her kids are going back to school, and she has to interact socially with her neighbors. How did that all go? We're going to find out. Also, your makeup, H-Uglee and Awkward Moments of the Week, sponsored by lipandclip.com. Thank you so much for submitting. Enjoy the show.
It's another uncensored look at the world around you from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
Oh my God! What did I do?
Paula?
I don't have meaty feet.
Uncensored as always, it's time for the ugly truth.
Welcome to The Ugly Truth, episode 299.
We are sisters who podcast.
Yes, we are. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it. As you know, I told you a few months ago that I've been working with a dentist. I've been going because when you get older, you have to have like these deep planings where you clean all the tartar and buildup underneath the gum line.
Oh.
Yeah, they numb you for it. I had it done, I was probably like 32, 33. I had it done then, and you really don't need to do it all the time. So it had been long enough that they're like, you need a deep planing before we, because I'm going to get some trays to whiten and stuff like that. And they're like, we really can't do anything like that until we make sure your gums are super healthy. I'm like, okay, cool. So I did the first planing, which is the first half of your mouth. They do 2 quadrants, and then you come back another time in like 6 weeks, and then they do the other half. So Monday, I had to go back and do the second half, which is the left side of my mouth, top and bottom. Now, the thing is the reason that I have such a phobia about the dentist, which this was explained to me by my doctor, my dentist, that the top has several nerves, but they're not as big, so the top numbs really easily for most people.
Yeah.
The bottom of your jaw has a really big nerve that goes from one end to the other, and so the ability to numb sometimes is much more difficult.
Oh.
Which is why people always go, yeah, my lower jaw, it just doesn't numb as well as the upper. So I have always, since I was a child, my left lower jaw does not numb with Novocaine. It just doesn't. And I've had horrific trauma experiences as a child getting cavities worked on because it just doesn't numb. And back in the 70s, dentists didn't give a shit. They just did it anyway. And it was to this day, I can feel the pain when I think about it. So I was always terrified of going to the dentist. And so it took years for me to voluntarily go to a dentist office for anything. And of course, whenever I go, it's because I need a root canal or something, because I'm in pain.
Right.
So anyway, I came in and they had it noted that I was anxious about this appointment specifically. And she's like, so you're kind of anxious about this? I said, look, we can try. I'm hopeful that maybe things have improved. I said, but my lower left jaw never numbs. It just doesn't numb well. I get some numbing, but it's not enough for you to do what you need to do. And she's like, okay. So she's really careful. She does everything correctly. She's like, okay, this should work. Nothing. It didn't numb at all. And she did the upper. Everything was fine. She went down to the lower. She did one thing under the gum line, and I flew out of the chair. I said, not gonna work. And she's like, oh my God. And she felt terrible because when you're an anxious patient, it's like in red at the top of your file. They know that you're an anxious patient. And she was apologetic. And she's like, I don't know what to do. And I said, can I suggest that you go get Dr. Riak like right now? And she said, yes. So she literally drops her instruments and practically runs to get the doctor. And he comes back in. He goes, okay. He's like, we're not going to dick around. We're going to give you the real deal. It's a nerve block, essentially.
Oh.
And so they gave me 3 along the gum line because a nerve block is very specific area. It doesn't numb like the whole area, like the whole line. It numbs a very specific area of the tooth. So she gave me 3. And I swear to God, Paula, I almost fell asleep because I felt nothing.
It's like an epidural for your mouth.
It is. It is exactly what it is. I was so happy. But what's funny is that I've also recognized that I have a really bad gag reflex. Like really bad.
You've mentioned that before on other subjects.
Yes. And so she was putting the shot in the back of my jaw, right? And I'm gagging. I'm all, ooh, ooh, ooh. And she's like, breathe through your nose. And I'm like, I've heard that before.
Oh, God.
I've been told that before. And the last thing I'm going to do is breathe through my nose, honey. It's not going to happen.
Well, it'll smell a lot better than the other instance.
Yeah, no more. There's no skin smell.
Yeah, really, you're not getting a nose full of hair.
Oh, God. Exactly. So she goes, wow, you just have everything. She goes, I didn't realize your gag reflex was so terrible. I go, this is one of these situations where I'm dirty minded. So it's like, I don't really want to say anything because she's super nice.
You're all, mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, it's not good. I said, but it's one of those things where, it's the level of frustration, especially when you're a girl, when you get really, really mad, you cry. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm not sad. I'm angry and my body isn't cooperating and it's making me cry. And it's so frustrating because it's like, I just want to be mad and I don't want to cry right now. And I said, it's the same thing with the gag reflex. It's like, I'm so angry that my body is not cooperating. I just wanted to do what it needs to do so I can move on to the next phase of this horrible appointment and move on with my life. And she starts laughing. She's like, I totally get what you're saying. I said, I'm so pissed. I'm like, I just want to. And that's the other thing I realized is I'm quite a talker because she's trying to do work and I'm trying to like talk. And I'm like, okay, shut up. Just let her do her job.
It's just like the wine guy.
It is just like the wine guy. It's like, just give us our damn wine and let us walk out. I don't care. I don't need to know about your naked sake spa, It's like, but I want to know about it.
You were interested. You're very charming.
God. So anyway, here's the other thing. She had something removed on her face. Oh. And so she had this big bandage like near her eye and on her nose area. And of course...
You didn't ask, did you?
Of course I did.
Jamie.
Of course I did. I walk up and it's a big white bandage. And I'm like, hi, how are you? And I'm staring at the bandage.
It's like Austin Powers with the mole.
It is. It's like, would you like some guacamole mole?
Did you poke it with a stick?
No, but I kept staring at it. She's like, yeah. She's like, so anyway, yes, I had some skin cancer removed. And I went, oh my God. I go, that's terrible. I go, well, do you have cancer? She's like, no, it was a basal. It was just the one little basal carcinoma where it's just to the one area. It didn't spread or anything. She goes, but I totally feel you now because I had like 6 shots in my nose. I'm like, did they go up your nostril? She's like, no, but they did. That's what it sounded like to me when she said it. And I said,
you should see me right now. I'm making all sorts of faces. I'm like, oh.
I know. She goes, but now I know what you're going through with all the shots. And I'm like, I would take the mouth shots over a shot near my eyeball any old day. I'm just saying.
You're just thinking of the cancer.
Of course I am. And so she said no, but she goes, what was weird is I went to my dermatologist because I said, I cannot get rid of this whitehead. It will not go away. And she's looking at it. She's like, yeah, I don't think that's a whitehead. I think you should go see a doctor about it. She's like, okay. So she went. He goes, he goes, I think it's like a calcium deposit or something, but we'll take it out and biopsy it anyway. And she's like, all right. So he goes, yeah, just kidding. It's cancer. She's like, holy shit. So, but she now has to go do the whole mole check. And I said, oh, I do that every year. You don't? She goes, no, I have to get naked in front of a doctor. I'm like, yeah, you do. You have to. You can't have cancer. She's like, I know. She goes, at least I got that barnacle removed from my face. And I'm like, then of course I'm like, I got to tell you, I never noticed before. Like I didn't see it last time. She goes, I know. It was a weird thing. All of this is going on while I'm trying to get my freaking cleaning. Yeah, I'm like, oh no. It was just the worst. No. Yeah, it's like, no, it's all right. It's not a barnacle. It's just like, let her do her job. So when I'm leaving, you have to pay for the copay and stuff. And I'm leaving and she came over because now, of course, I have to go back in January for not a heavy cleaning, just a light once over. And I said, well, thanks for being so patient and sharing with me your skin cancer story and everything. Right. She goes, oh, you're welcome. And, the thing with hygienists and nurses and doctors and stuff, you never know really if they're really good at their bedside manner. You never really know if you're annoying or not. So I'm really hopeful that she doesn't like tell stories about me to her lunchmates or anything.
Right.
Probably though.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I make a connection, and then other times I'm just like, maybe he was just being nice, or she was being nice. You
Get
know?
doubtful. Yeah.
Like you think like you could be friends outside of work or something, and then
Yeah, exactly. It was just, I mean, and the thing is that the other hygienist that is there, I'm pretty sure she doesn't like me because the last time I was there,
like you.
because the last time I was there, when I was scheduling the appointment I just had, I said, yeah, I only want you. I don't want anybody else. I'm sure the hygienist is like, bitch.
Yeah, she's all, fuck you too.
Fuck you. I don't want you either. Which she probably, I can't even imagine that she would. She's very quiet. She's not chatty. So anyway, and then of course Dr. Riet came in after I got the nerve block, and he patted me on the head. He goes, how are you, sweetheart? And I'm like, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Perfect.
God.
So anyway, I know I'm a mess. I feel like a hot mess every time I go there. So anyway, on a better note, on a good note, Crocs is going out of business, Paula.
I saw that. I am so happy.
Oh my God. I mean, those things are going to fill landfills for generations to come.
Do you know why they're going out of business?
Because no one fucking buys them. They're ugly. I mean, when they first came out, I believe that nurses and chefs, people on their feet in the industry were using them, and then somebody had the brilliant idea to sell them to the masses. I know a man. I haven't seen him in a long time, but when we did swim team, there was a dad who wore red Crocs to the pool with his family, and little kids who wear them, it's cute. Because they're like little Mickey Mouse or whatever. And, there's all kinds of styles you can do where, especially if you buy like a bunch, they can like wear different colors and you can add little decorations and stuff.
Well, they kind of double as like swim shoes, don't they?
I have no idea. I've never
Because they're plastic. So you could like,
they're rubber.
If you're at the beach, you can like run around and then get in the water. And
I suppose I would think that because they're rubber. So I would think that it would rub on you. Like it wouldn't be very comfortable and they'd get slippy. But maybe. I mean, I've never worn Crocs in my life. I mean,
I've seen a Croc.
I've seen a Crocs store. And Daryl goes, you want to go in? I'm like, no. Why would I want to do that? It smells like tires in here. I don't want to go in. It's awful. And then they had the audacity to try to make high heel Crocs.
That's disgusting.
God. I'm like, these are awful. Why do these exist? It's just the worst. They're like jellies, but worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sad that anything fails and goes out of business, but they really overshot thinking that everyone was going to embrace Crocs like they do with Uggs or something.
Or like Birkenstocks or something like that.
They're trying to make Birkenstocks a thing. Like they made them in these cool, cute colors so that high school girls would wear them. And so it caught on for a little bit. I personally don't like them, but I think it's because I was a kid of the 70s and I saw the 8 feet that people had back then and wore them. And it's not my thing.
I always wanted a pair of Birkenstocks, but my feet are really narrow, so I'd have to tie like the things and like make an extra hole just to like, strap them down to my feet.
You have to have like bear paws.
It doesn't work for me. I don't have meaty feet.
No, they're dainty for sure. They're not. They're not meant for Birkenstocks. I know that Birkenstocks are very useful for certain people, and so I don't begrudge them, but for a style choice, nah. I wouldn't.
People who wear Birkenstocks aren't looking for style.
That's comfort. Totally.
Exactly.
I don't see Crocs being comfortable at all. I
don't really see the point of Crocs, to be honest.
I don't either. There's so many other options that are so less offensive to me.
Except for little kids. I can see them slipping on and running, but
little kids, everybody gets a pass because they're comfortable, they're easy to throw on when they're being difficult. Like I went through 3 children. I would never make Tyler wear them, but 3 girls trying to get saltwater sandals on them.
Yeah.
It's a fight, especially when they're little. You know, although I love saltwater sandals. I think that's California's Croc, right? Every kid has them.
Cute.
And they're so cute. I mean, I actually even think it's cute when teenagers wear them. Like when girls wear, I think they're adorable. I think
I'm
they look
too
so
old
cute.
to wear them.
No, it's weird when women wear them. But for youth, it's cute. I
Yeah,
think.
like Malia could get away with it.
Totally could, but she's not into that at all. She would rather die. I mean, she had them, but she had really cute ones. Like we would get fuchsia or purple, or Kenzie had shiny hot pink ones when she was little.
Those are cute.
They're so cute. I asked Tyler, he was like 5. I said, Tyler, you want some saltwater sandals? He's like, no. He wanted.
Yeah, that's like a little SoCal-ish.
Yes, it is. He never had topsiders either. Never liked the Sperry topsiders, which I think are cute.
Again, SoCal.
True. Very true. Here it's
Kids-
hiking boots and Nikes and Vans and
Or those
Converse.
smelly Nike slides with the heel wrapped around for little boys.
Tevas. Remember Tevas?
Ryan never owned a pair of Tevas.
Well, they're not in style now, but when Tyler
When
was...
they were popular, though,
Yes.
everybody wanted them.
Daryl had a pair of black ones and Tyler had a pair of black ones. And I
cute.
remember, I will never forget, this was the last time Daryl ever wore them. Someone said, those make your feet smell, right? And Daryl's all, what? He's like, yeah. And of course, I would not know. But he never wore them again after that.
Did he take it off and smell it?
Well, maybe.
Well, that's what's making me think why he stopped.
He absolutely stopped. Never wore them again. They collected dust until I finally threw them out. And now he wears flip-flops. Or we also have the Adidas slides, which are really popular right now.
Right.
The only thing that sucks is I bought the Adidas slides first. I love mine. They're shiny pinks, glittery Adidas slides. I love them. Daryl got a pair. And so I'll throw them on to run to the store or whatever, and he'll throw his on. I'm like, okay, no, we can't be that couple. Okay, we can't have matching slides on. Inappropriate. Do something else. And he's like, what? I'm like, forget it. I'm putting on something else. I'm not going to be that couple that matches.
Oh, you're being ridiculous.
Right. Okay, so Paula's World this week. You went to this ice cream social at the behest of your child?
Okay, so
What is this?
apparently August 1st is Neighborhood Night Out.
Oh, National Night Out, yes.
Or National Night Out or something
Yes.
like that. I did not know that.
Yes.
And nor did I really care because I had no intention of going out anywhere. So we got a knock on the door the day before, and it was just me and Olivia. And it was the neighbor from up the street, and she gave us the flyer saying, tomorrow's we're having an ice cream social in front of our house. If you want to come, great. We're providing the ice cream. You bring toppings. We're going to have games, and some of the police officers, maybe firefighters, are going to stop by, and
Right.
blah blah blah, all this big deal stuff.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, thank you. And so Olivia, her little friend was walking with them to go door to door. And so she's like, can I go? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So she went walking with them to go door to door to invite everybody.
Okay.
She talked about this thing for 24 hours until the time was up. So
She was all in.
she was definitely all in. So we went to the store, we bought some toppings. Her and I went over because Victor and Ryan weren't home yet. They were off running some errands. We walked over, and it's like, get to know your neighbor and everything, right? I stood by myself for 30 minutes, and no one talked to me.
They're like, who's that?
And now it could be because I had it
Resting
don't
bitch
talk to me,
face.
right?
That's my guess.
But, I looked at the flyers and, I shook hands with the city manager.
Oh, well,
and,
that's nice.
said hello. Well, what's weird is all the cops they sent, they were all female. And I'm just like,
Oh.
what? Do they not send the females to do real jobs?
God, it's like, go,
just-
be our ambassadors. You have nothing better to do.
If a real crime happens, the guys will take care of
Oh,
it.
God.
So finally, this guy named George, came up to me and he's like, so I'm like, hello. And he's just like, my name's George. Where do you live? And I'm like, oh, just over there.
Wait, how old was George?
Maybe late 40s, I guess.
Oh, God, that's kind of young for a George.
Maybe early 50s.
George sounds like an elderly man.
I'm not really good at guessing ages.
Oh, because you don't care. You're like, you mean nothing to me. But anyway, hello, George.
But I'm good at guessing singleness.
Yeah, or sexual availability, for sure.
Right, and George was radiating testosterone.
Okay.
If
you were single, would he have a shot?
No.
Okay, go on.
He was talking about his house, and then he was talking about his other house across town that he rents out, and he was just talking about when him and his ex-wife used to own the town, the house, and so in case there was any question if he was married.
He wanted to make sure you knew that he was available.
I knew, and so he asked me if I had kids. I said, yes, actually, my son is with my husband right now, blah, blah, blah. I'll only throw in the big H when necessary.
Absolutely.
Even though it's a lie, but...
I get it, though. It sounds a little more serious than, oh, my boyfriend.
Yeah. So, anyways, eventually I just kind of turned my head, pretended like I was staring something, and then I just walked away.
Oh, you just left him hanging?
Well, what was I supposed to do?
I don't know. I'm so bad at that stuff, too. I am. I'll just dip. I don't even know. I'm like, I don't even understand what's happening. I just leave.
If it's not in my sight, then I can just leave.
He's definitely, it's like, look, I'm sorry, but you're not Italian, so I'm going to go ahead and go.
I think he was Mexican, honestly.
No, you can't. Our people.
Never.
No, you can't. Mexican men have their place. It's just not in my life.
Yes.
That's all. I mean, as far as a lover, that's all I'm saying.
Not in this side chick's life.
Nope.
So.
Oh, God. And they love those.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, no, I'd be like, nah. No quiero. God.
So then I again pretended. Now, see, here was the thing about the neighborhood, like ice cream social. Everybody already knew everybody.
How come you don't? Is it just because you're new?
It could be, George, for example, had been living there since 2004.
Oh, shoot. You are new.
Yeah, we've only been living there a year and a half.
Barely.
So,
yeah.
Really, barely.
Well, where was the welcome party when you showed up with your moving van, all these people?
In their houses, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, if they're all so friendly, it's like, where were you people when I showed up trying to lug out this fucking refrigerator?
Well, I think that our side of the street is the undesirable side.
Oh.
And then when you cross over to the other side of the street, same street name.
Yes.
Just, over a street, then it's all like the land of milk and honey.
I see. So
where everybody mows their lawns and pulls up their trash cans the day that the trash came.
I see. They have some pride.
Some people might leave their trash cans out for 2 days. So what?
How long did it take for you to peel Olivia away from the fun?
Well, eventually Victor and Ryan came home. And so as soon as they came over, I'm like, see ya.
Tagged out.
So I left.
Yeah, that would be me.
And I went back home and got my pajamas, and that was it.
You're like, thank God that's over.
So I don't know if they stayed or what they did. Maybe they talked to George too.
Oh, I'm sure. God.
I don't really know, but everybody was talking to everybody, and so maybe in 15 years, if we still live here, we'll know everybody.
Maybe. Well, that's hilarious. Okay, so speaking of familiarity, your son, who starts middle school in like a week, he had his dry run, right? It's going on currently. How's he doing?
So this week, they had something called Jumpstart. So basically, he goes to the junior high school, and so it's kind of like he's a step ahead of everything.
Right.
Because he'll have everything once he starts next Thursday.
So he won't have to like purchase things piecemeal. It'll all be taken care of before.
And he won't have to wait in any lines or anything like that. Like, he'll already have everything.
So not all incoming 7th graders do this? It's optional?
It's optional.
Oh, man, I would be all in on it. Yeah.
That's why we had him do it, because I'm just like, you'll be glad that you just, it'll already feel like you've been to school and you know where everything is.
Did he have a locker?
No.
So I remember going into middle school and my number one fear was not remembering my locker combination. It was literally the biggest fear I had in middle school.
Now, he does have a locker for his PE clothes.
Yeah. Oh, he'll need a lock.
Yeah, so he has the lock. He has the lock for his PE clothes.
Yeah.
So he's been practicing that every day.
Yeah, the combo 32, 15, 44. I remember it. I remember it, my master lock, because I was so afraid I was going to forget. And they told you back in the day not to write it down because they didn't want anyone to take it. I can't remember when it happened, but I think it was in the end of my 7th grade or beginning of 8th grade. I had to have the lock cut off.
Oh, no.
Because something, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't that I couldn't remember. They just cut all the locks off or something like that. And I remember being terrified that I had to get a new master lock and memorize a new combo. And I was so afraid. And, in high school, back then we had lockers. Now no one's allowed because of guns, apparently, or drugs or whatever. But back then, it was my biggest fear was not remembering my locker combination because you only had 5 minutes in between class. And I was always so sure that I was going to forget it and be stuck with no work, my folder or something. That was my biggest fear.
So he's been practicing.
Good.
He got his PE clothes yesterday. Those things were $22.
Yeah, they used to be $5 each.
Seriously?
Now it's 11. And hopefully, though, he won't need new PE clothes until high school, as long as he doesn't grow.
Well, he got a shirt. It was a large. It was pretty big.
Yeah.
Victor insisted that he get the large. Brian didn't want to get the large, so he's taking it back and he's going to trade it in for a medium.
Oh, he's going to regret it. He's going to regret it.
I don't know. It's try fighting with a 12-year-old.
Oh, I know. So. I would be like, that's fine. When your gut hangs out, you just let me know, and because I'm not buying you another one.
Yeah, you better have $11.
Yeah, it's true. Absolutely true. He'll be good. Well, good. I'm glad. Well, I cannot wait to hear how middle school goes for your firstborn. It'll be interesting. I can't. And let me tell you, a friend of mine, her daughter started 1st grade, and I said, it's over. You're in 6th grade before you know it. It goes so fast. Once they hit 3rd grade, it's like so fast. And the next thing you know, you're going to be getting, welcome to Elk Grove High School. You're like, what? No. It goes so fast. The only thing that is really hard about the upper grades is that you have to kind of be on it. Like, you will miss deadlines so fast if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, it's like step 1, step 2. It's December. Why haven't you done this yet? It's so fast. So keeps you on your game, that's for sure.
We're gonna have to stay on him, so that's for sure.
That's well, and because you had a stepdaughter struggle a little bit in middle school, so how fast it can go sideways if you're not on their ass constantly.
That is true.
Okay, so with that being said, we're now going to transition to our H-Uglee and Awkward Moments of the week. We did get some submissions this week, but this one specifically, these are all makeup related. So cosmetics, awkward moments with cosmetics. We've all had those. So here's this one. This is from Tara. She's like, "Hey girls, love you and the show. Here is a H-Uglee and awkward moment for you to share. It literally just happened and I cannot stop laughing about it because I'm just so ridiculous. I was at Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, which I didn't even know they had, by the way, picking up munchkins for my 4-year-old daughter's play date." Well, you are a better mother than me. I don't do play dates. "I was waiting in line and decided it was a perfect time to do my makeup. As I started to put on my mascara, the line starts to move. Naturally, my hand does as well, and I get mascara on my nose and eyelid."
God, I hate that.
I know. And that stuff, especially if you do anything remotely waterproof, it's over. It's over. I'm rubbing it off as I pull up to the girl at the window. I don't open my window because mascara is all over my eye area, and I obviously don't want her to see me like that. Out of my peripheral, I see her watching me. I open the window and apologize for the way and that I had mascara all over my face. Like she cares. She then asks what I ordered. And I looked at her quite puzzled, and then I realized I drove right past the drive-thru ordering and went right up to the window. She got me munchkins and I quickly drove away. Looking like, I'm sure, some fool who doesn't know how to put on mascara, who maybe had a seizure in the car. I hate that. And, well, for me, poking my eye with mascara. Remember Mom used to order, she used to buy Almay mascara?
Yeah.
And that stuff is like acid in your eye.
Yeah. You still use that, don't you?
No.
You stopped using the one coat?
Oh, for sure. There's so many good ones now. There's so many good. Actually, Avon just released a new one today. I'm going to order it immediately. It's I think it's called Love Lash. It's $8.99 and it's supposed to be rival some of the high-end brands that you can buy at like Sephora. Cool. So we'll see, because I buy all high-end mascaras because I'm looking for it's like the holy grail. I'm looking for it. I've got to find it.
Yeah.
I've tried Better Than Sex. I've tried Too Faced. I've got Tom Ford. I don't know. I've tried them all. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to try this one because, Avon is supposed to be paraben-free and hypoallergenic. And if it's good, $8.99 is really good. So anyway. Okay, here's the second one. So do you know what tight lining is?
Tight lining?
Yes.
Is that like an eyeliner thing?
Yes, it's when you take a eyeliner pencil and you line underneath your eyelash on the top lid.
Underneath your eyelash?
Yeah, so it's like you lift your eyelid up and you get eyeliner in between the eyelashes underneath. It's
okay.
Instead of doing a liquid liner on top to do like a like a Taylor Swift cat eye.
Yeah. You're
just doing it underneath to give your eye a nice defining line without having a big eyeliner swoop on your eyelid. Is essentially it. It's old school, but it's kind of coming back now for a natural eye. Anyway, this is from Misty, and she's like, oh my god, one time I tried tight lining with a liquid liner, which is not good. In case you're stupid like I am and need an explanation why this is a bad idea, it basically spread into my eye. Before I could react, it was like my eye was being taken over by an eclipse. Watching it happen was like a scene from a horror movie and some inky demon was consuming my soul.
Jeez.
It took 10 solid minutes to blink out all of my eye and flush it clean, and it didn't hurt. She goes, on top of it, I was not 14, but I was 26, and I'm not even new to the game. So, stupid.
Well, that's what I would think is, I see those like YouTube videos where people are doing it like on the bottom.
Yeah. Well,
and they're doing it on the fleshy part.
Yes, the
and
tear
I'm
ducts.
thinking the moment you blink, that's going to go right in your eye.
Well, if it's liquid liner, yes. But charcoal, like a charcoal pencil liner, it doesn't do that, actually. It'll go below your eyelid, below your eyeline lid. But if you put eyeliner on your tear duct line, it doesn't do anything. It's fine. It won't spread into. But the problem is that if you want to do a tight liner on anything, it has to be a charcoal pencil. You can't use liquid liner.
Liquid eyeliner.
That's like just putting a dot of food coloring in a glass of water, basically, is what she did. So that probably looked terrifying. I'd be like, oh my god, what did I do? Did I just tattoo my eye?
And then you feel like you have hair in your eye all day.
Oh my god. Oh god, when I came back from the dentist, I was talking to Malia and my chin and cheek were numb still.
Yeah.
The way that they gave me the nerve block, I had like this hairline down my center of my chin and I kept thinking there was hair there, like a hair. So I kept brushing my chin and Malia's looking at me and I go, is there a hair? I can feel it. She goes, Mom, no, there's nothing on your face. I'm like, are you sure? And I'm like rubbing my face and I'm like, I'm sure there's a hair there. And so I kept talking and I kept feeling a hair, but it was my nerves slowly unnumbing. And it was like the most bizarre feeling.
Life.
Yes, it was weird. I'm like, I look like an idiot. But anyway, so yes, so I will be sending you goodie bags. Thank you so much for participating. And I look forward to reading more H-Ugly and Awkward Moments next week. Keep submitting. We love them. They're hilarious. Makes us realize that we're not as awkward or we're not alone, I should say. We are awkward. It's just we're not alone. So
We're not alone.
thank you so much for leaving. I read one the other day. It made me laugh. I can't even remember what it was now. God damn it. Oh, well, it was really funny. See, awkward. I can't remember. I just can't remember. Stupid.
That's even awkwarder.
I know. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Oh, before you close the show today, Paula, I did want to mention you and I, we are big fans is not the word I would use, but the Little Carnival has a lot of programming that we can't help but check in on. And we know that some of you do like our recaps and some of our more weird reality shows that we look at. And so we're thinking for this fall that we're going to do some mini episodes, no more than 15 minutes, where we recap some of the most bizarre TLC reality television programming that we come across. They'll be quick, hilarious with our opinions, and a quick recap of what it is. Which was the one you were saying that you were interested in looking in on? Some two-headed woman?
It was these Siamese girls that have...
I'm in. All in.
Well, see, here's the thing, though, is you're going to have to go to on demand because sometimes the shows aren't on anymore, but they still have them on demand. So,
exactly. That's the thing. And they also have some online that you can only watch online.
So like last night I watched one episode of 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh my God.
But it was before the 90 days. So it shows these people still in the United States before they fly to the foreign country. It's pretty epic.
Okay. So that's the premise of our mini-sode. And there's no schedule, there's no regularity to it. It's just when we find a couple that we can't help but watch, we'll record one and throw it out there. The Little Carnival podcast, I think, is what we should call the episodes.
The Little Carnival podcast.
Producer Deb has already purchased littlecarnival.com. Which will link to the Ugly Truth website, so it won't be, you don't have to but dun 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 dun. Dun.
Oh, funny.
So we can talk about Sister Wives if they ever come back, or the Duggars, or the two-headed woman, or the Siamese twins. I mean, the 90 Day Fiancé. That thing, I got to tell you, man, that 90 Day Fiancé, that is a hotbed of crazy. Mm-hmm. It's so fun to watch. So, stuff like that. We'll recap that. If it piques your interest, you'll have to let us know after we do an episode.
Yes.
And the shows may change. I mean, we're not going to only recap the same over and over again. We may find others that we find particularly disturbing. So look for that. And we'll talk about it more as it starts coming together, of course.
That's right. Well, I think that's a wrap for this week's show. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. I hope the rest of your week is good. Be sure to visit Amazon.com and purchase your office supplies, your back to school supplies, and other little crazy things that you want to buy. I currently am waiting for my new vibrator in the mail.
Woohoo! So, wait, another egg? Another silver bullet?
What did I get this time?
You bought it on Amazon?
Yeah.
Well, I know you can get the silver bullets, but did you get an actual dildo?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say I've never been into those.
No, that's weird. Well, I mean, for me.
Yeah, I don't need that. But
if you're into that, good news.
Yeah.
No, this one I think is black. So
interesting. Matte black or shiny black?
I think it's matte black.
I want to know about it when you get it. Tell me about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it next time.
We'll talk about it. Yeah,
all right.
My current one, it's burned out.
Well, you know what? They burn out. When you use them with any regularity, they burn out quickly. I bought one at the adult store a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. I just was not pleased. I was not pleased with it. It barely worked, and I had to change the batteries too often. I'm like, this is a piece of shit. I'm going back to Amazon. Yeah, silver bullet. This is a knockoff or something. And who knew that knockoff silver bullets were bad? Well, they are. So
yeah, knockoffs don't get you off. So.
They don't. They'll burn your clit off, but they won't get you off. God,
ouch!
I know, right? It was like, it's like, God, it's getting hot. Like, what is this? I feel like it's gonna blow up. horrible.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't use it anymore. I don't like it.
Your little skin starts to look like hamburger meat.
Oh God, and everything's red, and the stupid egg, the bullet was so warm. And I said, this can't be safe. This can't be safe.
It's not right.
No.
Anyways, so be sure to shop Amazon as we discussed, and also visit our Avon site, lipandclip.com, to purchase your makeup needs, either for back to school or for yourself. So other than that, have a fabulous rest of your week, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye! Bye!
That's a wrap. Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Ugly Truth.